Section 21, Al-Ankabut, verse 45 to Al-Ahzab, verse 30. Surah Al-Ankabut continues by instructing the believers to debate gently with the people of the book, followed by clear proofs of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The surah ends by mentioning the clear barrier that prevents people from faith, which is being deluded by this world. The section moves on to Surah Ar-Rum, which begins with one of the great prophecies of the Qur'an, namely the victory of the Romans against the Persians. The surah then speaks about the ancient struggle between truth and falsehood, and that truth will always prevail, followed by a description of the fates of both sets of people. The surah lists many of the great signs of Allah and gives parables to understand and the difference between the worshippers of Allah and idolaters. The surah ends by speaking about the Quraysh, for whom no sign and no warning helps. The section then moves on to Surah Luqman, another surah revealed in Mecca dealing with the principles of faith. The surah begins by speaking about revelation and proofs for the existence of Allah. Then come the great wisdoms of Luqman to his son, and the surah ends with a vivid description of the day when nothing can help a person. Surah As-Sajdah continues the theme of Meccan surahs of faith. The surah begins by confirming the truthful nature of the Qur'an. This is followed by proofs of divine power and then by a refutation of the unbelievers' denial of resurrection. The surah then proceeds to compare the states of believers and unbelievers. The next surah in this section is Surah Al-Ahzab, which was revealed in Medina and as a result deals with legal matters, particularly family matters. The surah also touches on lessons of the Great War of the Confederates. The surah begins by challenging two of the incorrect practices of the Arabs, where they referred to their wives as the backs of their mothers and to their adopted sons as their actual sons. The surah then gives a detailed analysis of the War of the Confederates, describing vividly the great test that it was for the believers and how the hypocrites tried their utmost to undermine the believers. The believers as a whole are instructed to take the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the model of patience to be followed. The surah then moves to a discussion around the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who are given a choice between this world and the next world.